Get your Amazon Prime free trial started today. We at Cigars and Sea Stories love Amazon Prime. We use it all the time. I myself, Mike Penny, am a member of Amazon Prime. I use it for live streaming on music, video, things of that nature. Sign up for a free Amazon trial, 30-day trial right now. You can find it on the resources page over at cigarsandseastories.com/resources. Take a look at that ASAP. Folks, if you haven't already done so, check out Audible. You can get your latest podcast. You can get the best in audiobooks. And if you're like me, you're always on the road. You're traveling around, in and out of airports, stuff like that. Always got the earbuds in. Check out Audible. You can get a free trial today when you go to audibletrial.com/cigarsandseas. That's audibletrial.com/cigarsandseas. Check it out. Due to the graphic nature of its content, listener discretion is advised.
From the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli, we fight our country's battles in the air, on land and sea. First to fight.
On this episode of Cigars and Sea Stories, Mike and Juslin sit down with our good friend Andrew Lewis. This is going to be awesome. Andrew Lewis and I, Mike Penny, served together in Quantico as Marines, training people how to kill other people, and it was awesome. All right, that's a little melodramatic, but Andrew, thank you for coming on the show and being here. And actually, let's tell people what we did do. We're combat marksmanship trainers.
I mean, basically, that's what we did. We trained people to kill people. Well, that's simple.
I love that definition.
I mean, how to point a weapon at it correctly and shoot it correctly, and in the end result, training people how to kill people. That's what the Marine Corps did. We didn't go around hugging people.
Thank God I'm wearing my boner pants. I'm telling you right now.
I mean, I just scream Captain America, I guess.
I'm stroking my beard thinking about hunting terrorists right now. I'm gunning them down. I miss that shit.
Oh, man. We all
So let's frame it up for the audience. Let's intro the man here. You served in the United States Marine Corps. Where were you born and raised? Where were you recruited out of? How long did you serve? Who were you with? Give us the rundown.
I was born in Southern Pines, North Carolina. Got recruited out of Southern Pines. I didn't dep in. I went straight in. So I turned 18 in boot camp. Did 3 tours, all the way from going from SOI and being like the only 7 grunts that ended up in a tow platoon. Which tow platoon, if you know, I mean, you tow guys, if you're listening to this, if you ever do, you guys are just hollering and screaming at me right now because not many people know what a tow platoon is. What a tow platoon is, how traditionally a tow platoon is used, is there's a scout platoon that goes out ahead, finds the tanks. The tow platoon goes ahead with the vehicles and comes up with the tow guns. I mean, most of you guys listening, if you don't know, it's a big missile that kills a tank. They kill a tank and then allows the tanks to come in. Did 2 deployments through there, and then we just were a cat team basically, and then went to Quantico with my good friend Penny, and we lived together for a while and did some crazy stuff. And
Hell yes,
it's just
2-story keg stands. That shit was gnarly.
And if you ever have to ask, always tell the fire department that it's just a bunch of smoke bombs from 4th of July that you threw.
What were you talking about?
How was that?
What the fuck were we talking about earlier? Oh, God. You tripping over the fucking carpet.
Oh,
I've never seen somebody lock up like that in my entire life.
I was not in the most conscious state of mind, I guess you'd say.
Dude, drunk as fuck is how I would put it. But you don't get... Okay, so
to the point where
it had every slapstick comedic thing that came to mind. It was a stupid look on his face. He was completely erect, straight up and down from head to toe. He tripped over his own 2 feet.
It was my pants leg.
Okay.
It was my pants leg.
Right.
It was a tricky little bastard.
He went from 90 degrees straight up to just wham and bounced his head off the floor. And you know what his sound effect was?
No,
it was like...
I was bracing my body for the
He
impact.
didn't know what to do. He didn't know what to fucking do. He froze. He was walking and tripped on himself.
I did.
And froze. And like hit the floor. Dude, I died. Oh, man.
It just proves I'm not scared of anything, even the floor.
Even the floor.
I just don't even care about the floor.
You belly flopped.
I didn't belly flop on the side. It was like on the side.
Oh, my God.
But I did make the ooh.
Ooh. Were you there when the neighbor came out back and I had the 55-gallon drum on fire? Jerry, do you remember Jerry? They were both Hardee's employees. The lady next door, we called her Megatron. She had, do you remember that lady? She had a champagne-colored Honda Civic with a Megatron sticker.
Oh, yeah,
from Transformers. She had, like, no exaggeration, I'm not shitting you. She had at least 18 cats.
In the car.
No, in
her
the home.
Yeah, in her home.
Oh.
So we had a townhome, right, in Stafford, Virginia. And oh my God, dude. This woman had to have been seriously mentally handicapped. I'm not sure. But she stood up and applauded. Woo! Every time the pink Power Ranger came down out of the ship, I used to like stand out front. Do you remember that?
I was probably wasted most of that time, so no, I don't. I remember the old lady. I remember her craziness, but I don't remember something about a pink Power Ranger though.
You don't remember?
I think you're just making some shit up right now.
I'm gonna bring Chris on here.
No, yeah.
See?
Let's
This
not
is
bring
what
Chris on here.
happens.
So
See, people don't believe the stories.
No,
I'm
not.
And then you bring the guy on who was there. See,
Yeah,
he can confirm one.
So let's talk about Chris.
Oh my God.
Chris's shenanigans were.
You know what? We need to do a call out because I would love to know. First of all, where the fuck he is
and what has he been doing?
Yeah. I want him. I want to hang out with him. Do you remember us talking about Chris?
Is this the guy with the cool story?
This is the guy.
And
We're not gonna go into his entire backstory though.
But
Chris, UT,
man, he was good.
You know, come on, brother.
Call in.
Come chat with us.
There's some times I got.
Dude.
Let's do this.
We'll talk about the times.
That was the glow in the dark paper towels.
He and I, we can talk about the times in the House of Wayward Souls and Chris, but I don't want to go into Chris's personal backstory.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Chris is awesome.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
I will tell you that much right now. And he's one of those shirt off your back bros. But he is clinically insane.
Yeah, I believe that.
And he right now, he and Minnie T right now are laughing their asses off somewhere, which is his little dog. You know how I knew UT was fucking down to ride? He brought Minnie T over, his little Pomeranian.
Yeah, I remember that little shit.
And you know what he tells me? He releases the dog into the house. I'm like, what the hell? And he looks up at me and he throws his hand up on his hip and he's like, it's fucking show dog, dude. It's fucking show dog. He's got papers.
He's got papers.
I don't fucking roll on Shabbos. And I lost it. And I just, yes. Like, you're welcome anytime. Like,
he stayed with us for a while, too.
Yeah, man. He had a room.
Well, I mean, that was the time we were playing Call of Duty, because I think every time, like, one of us had a TV, the other one didn't have a TV, or something. Like, we always only had one console and one TV. So we played Call of Duty, we would go 15 to 18, well, a long time, 15, 18 hours a day. Yeah, like, easily. Like, it's easy. Like,
drunk.
We have a night shoot tonight. Oh, I ain't coming sober. Like, not coming sober. I mean, I'll keep him in line as much as I can.
It's gonna be fine.
Yeah.
8 hours, allegedly. It's 8 hours. We're gonna be fine, dude. Well, if it was the weekend or something like that.
Oh no, let me finish my story.
Do it.
But so we always end up playing Call of Duty with we had to literally die 3 times when we handed the controller over. Every 3 kills we were like, it's your turn. And like all sad, like 5-year-old handed the controller over. We fought sometimes like little brothers, like, no.
It made you good.
Yeah. You didn't want to die.
Call of Duty World of War. You know what made that game so satisfying? We were talking about this earlier. When you got a headshot in that game, it was like, ping! And it was like shooting steel. And you're just like, yes, sweet satisfaction. Even if the dude was rocking a soft cover, it still went like,
doesn't matter.
ting! And it was so goddamn, yes! You're like, headshot. Nailed it. Yeah. Good times.
So it's a little call out noise whenever you got a headshot instead of like a noise of hitting a helmet or something.
That's that ting, because they had really 10 helmets back then. That buddy said like it doesn't matter if they're in a beret, but during that game the headshot was that sound.
Oh,
right.
Nice.
But it was so satisfying. It was like shooting steel. We need steel.
Did you go through that? There was the NRA training we went through, and then there was the STI, Special Tactics, STI. Or no, that sounds like a disease, doesn't it?
I've had it.
You probably have.
Probably.
It was a instructional school that we went through, and they had like a bunch of still targets. And did you go through that? It was like a tactical pistol shooting course that they had there by like a third party. Like a lot of us went through it.
I don't remember.
Well, that's the story of my life.
I mean, like, probably, because a lot of the packages kind of go together. You know what I mean? It's like we were shooting test courses of fire for HRP a lot, and that's a lot of steel. And by a lot, what is it? 2, 3 times. Hey, can I jump in on this string? Hey, what are you doing? Oh, we're shooting a pilot. Okay, can I jump in on a string? It's not like they came, oh, hey, Mike, do you want to shoot this? Like, no, man. I was at the range and wanted some trigger time and jumped in on it.
That's what I miss. Is like, shooting is such a perishable skill, too. Like, such a perishable skill. And it's just one of those things, like, I miss being on the pistol range or rifle range. And just being able to get those couple shots in, waiting in between the platoons, if you had the time, depending on how long the people on top of the hill took, which they're pretty lazy. Once they get to the hill, they're pretty lazy.
Listen to this fucking shit talker. Motherfucker.
He just sat up there, tweeted on his little butthole.
Yep. It was so fucking chill. They
already had the weekends off, and they only worked like Tuesday and Thursday.
Listen to this.
They had weekends off. They only worked Tuesdays and Thursdays, 8 to 5.
Weekends off. Oh, really? Were you in the Isthmus every Sunday? Fuck. Such bullshit.
Train them right then.
You wouldn't even have any unks. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Same Tuesday in the Isthmus Sunday. Just like, fuck. This is bullshit. Like, that's when you turn into a whiny bitch.
Yeah.
When you're like,
the masses. It's the masses. It's just like one of those things
You were there at like 7:30 on a Sunday. It's like, you douche. At least let me come in at like 1.
Yeah.
Let me get hammered the night before.
And be hung well, I mean, it's not like we
had to
have 7 o'clock formation
hungover.
Yep.
Fuck. It's the Isthmus. There's no ammo. It's going to be fine. I had a few.
There's no ammo.
What of it?
Treat never keep in the
Fuck.
Isthmus.
Dude, he just treat never keep you.
Treat never keep. Snap. What's your 5th one?
And your target one lies beyond.
Good.
Are you staring him at us? No, you can't give up. He's staring you down.
What do you mean?
He was staring you down.
Nah.
Oh, that was...
Just looking at him.
It looked like you were...
I'm just looking at him.
In the
And
wrong
we're
pot.
back with All About Porn.
Yes. Oh, well.
Hey, and we're back with Andrew Lewis with All About Porn. So, what was it like being a fluffer?
It was weird the first time, but, after about 27 times, you kind of just get used to it.
Right?
Yeah.
There's a special spot in hell just for me. And I'm going to find all you fucks and regroup.
Yep.
It's going to be epic.
Shouldn't be too hard to take that place over.
Dude, I'm telling you, man. The one thing about fall and spring and shit is it just kind of... Okay, you get pollen, but then now you've got like the dead leaf pollen shit that's in the air, and I'm getting all stuffed up. And then now it's like dry out and stuff, and it just sits right there in the nose. It's like, I've done 0 cocaine, okay? So there's no reward to go along with this sinus congestion.
I don't think that'd be a good idea if you ever got like a stimulant like that.
Lots of cocaine?
Yeah, I think you might.
I don't think me on
you would
cocaine
create a
would
black
be good.
hole, a black hole would just create.
That would be like, wow, and just like, somebody give me a gun. It's time. I mean, don't get me wrong. I wouldn't murder anybody. I'd be like, ping, 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 ping. Like I don't know what I would do. I'd freak out. I would like, you know what
7
I mean?
days later, Penny shows up somewhere.
Right. Right.
I'm in Argentina. Oh, well, nice.
Looking like Tom Hanks from Castaway. Just shredded, gnarly, fucking.
He didn't know he had a gym up on the beach. He built his own gym there.
His own gym?
Yeah, that's why he was so shredded.
That's how he. Very punny.
Nah, too slow to catch that one.
Oh, Wilson. I have a Vampire Wilson tattooed on my ankle.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Where'd you get
This
that?
is the second time he's gotten airtime. We're going to have a section dedicated.
The Vampire Wilson?
Vampire Wilson says...
That's really creative. That's
It's
all I can come up with right now. He says something.
With anything.
I mean,
Dude.
Vampire Wilson, Halloween, once a year, you can bring it around. I mean, Halloween's coming up soon. Vampire Wilson.
Give him
It's like Wilson dressed up.
Do we talk about Vampire Wilson on a recording already?
I think... No, maybe. I think so. At the very least, you're bringing up Vampire Wilson a lot lately.
He's proud of that tattoo.
I think there's some deep-seated stuff needs to come out on the air, folks.
It's
We're gonna
fucking
hear it
awesome.
right now. Vampire
what do you mean
Wilson.
deep-seated? Yeah, asshat.
Deep-seated.
Okay, so my boy Kenny, not a veteran, but he's a good dude. Know him from high school. He was a professional piercer. And so what I'm trying to say is that the setting was in a professional setting. It's not like some asshat, in a basement fucking drilled a tattoo on me. It's like we were in a tattoo shop in a professional setting. And we called Jesse.
An asshat drilled a tattoo.
And an asshat drilled a tattoo on me. Exactly. I love you, Kenny. Kenneth turned him in the third. He should be, anyway. So we called up the tattoo artist, Jesse. We're like, hey, bro, let us use your setup. And he let us. And we set it up accordingly, or at least we thought it was correct, and started drilling on each other. I mean, everything, don't get me wrong. The needles came out of the autoclave. Everything was set up properly as far as saran wrap and blah, blah, blah. But yeah, I mean, we set it up professionally and then started tattooing on each other. And we each tattooed the same thing on each other. Yeah.
Vampire
cool.
Wilsons.
Vampire Wilsons.
So who did better on who then?
He did way better on me. He did way better.
We're back to porn with Michael.
I'll give it to him. He did way better. Yeah. Dude, it was funny though because these chicks came in and wanted to get belly button piercings or some shit like that, And And they were like, "Oh yeah, I was thinking about getting a tattoo done right there." And they start, Kenny fires up the machine, and I'm just like, "Wow!" And wow! And they're like, "Oh my god, oh my god!" I'm like, "What the fuck?" And Kenny's like, he without skipping a beat, just looks at me. He's like, he does this with all of them, and just goes back. Me like, wow! He's not even touching me at this point. I'm just screaming a scream.
It's getting even deeper.
No, dude.
He hasn't even touched him at this point, so we need to go deeper in this story.
Well, it was... I didn't even touch me.
Layered back like
oh
an
my
later.
God. I feel like somebody's going to diddle me. All right, so yeah. So we've got Vampire Wilsons. I giggle every time I put on my socks. It's cool.
I had a friend back in Lejeune that tattooed a camel on his big toe.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, we had oh man, my house back in Jacksonville was rough. I think I had at one point 6 Marines in one house, like a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house or something like that. Just bunking out and just trying to make it. I just was thinking about it. Sorry. Just a random throw up vomit comment, I guess.
Anyways.
Yes, college. I'm sorry, William and Mary. Was that who was down there in Fredericksburg?
William and Mary. Where's that name sound familiar?
The college in Fredericksburg. I don't remember which one it was.
Sure. College in Fredericksburg?
Yeah. I just remember when we were in Quantico, there were all those college chicks who were at Hard Times in Fredericksburg. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And Wings on the Water. I can't remember that guy's name for the life of me. I was thinking about this the other day. Because it's Thursday, right? Oh, God damn it. He was there before us as a coach, but he's always like, Thirsty Thursday, gents. Thirsty Thursdays. Let's go. Wrap it the fuck up. Time to go. And then, he would breeze through. He'd be like, motherfucker, first one in the shower. I remember Derek always used to talk about him.
Yeah, I definitely haven't met him.
He was first one in the shower, first one out into the truck, and then it was like, let's go. Wings on the water. It's happening. I'm pulling trim, getting 10-cent wings, fucking chugging beers. Let's go. The guy was ready. Oh, yeah. I don't blame him.
Dude, now I want some wings. That sounds fucking glorious right now.
Mm-hmm.
Dude.
I want fucking B-dubs right now.
Wait,
God, the mango habanero. The mango habanero is so good.
Oh, hell yes.
God, it's so good.
Dude, I do that and then garlic parmesan.
Dude, I could go for spicy food right now.
Yeah. I could go for Hooters.
Let's go for Hooters. You want to go to Hooters?
No.
Well.
I do.
All right. So, do you remember the last? I don't know. Was the last time the last time I ever went to a Hooters? Okay, my 2 experiences with Hooters was before I went on a deployment with one of my buddies. He'll remember this story if he knows what we're talking about. But we went to Hooters, and we used to be roommates when we were boots. And we get to Hooters, and we're immediately presented by this. Don't get me wrong. She's just overly pregnant, and she's just it's not what you expect. Right. We were on our own for the first time. We're going to our own Hooters by ourselves, and then you're like, well, okay. You look really hot, but
you walked in and a hot, pregnant Hooters chick was your first time live experience.
First time live by myself, as a big adult. Ooh, look at me. And then
you were like, I'm gonna get hot pants and all sorts of shit.
Then
bam, she's 9.5 months pregnant.
And I'm just like,
that's awesome.
The fuck?
Listen, I got a smoke break right now. I'll be back in a little while.
No, she was hot.
Oh, hot.
Yeah.
Hot pregnant.
She was hot, but pregnant.
But it's still your first experience. You don't expect that. Your first experience.
Well, see, Mike would just get turned on by then.
Dude, look. Every married guy with kids right now, knows for a fact Prego sex was awesome. Okay? I'm telling you right now. She's like, up the fucking walls, bro.
Just like, why are you... Get off the ceiling. What are you doing over there?
She needs it.
And then the last time... Okay, so the last time...
You might want to edit that. My father-in-law's going to be like... My father-in-law's going to be like, this motherfucker. Sorry, Larry, I love you, man. I love you.
Oh, man.
I was talking about the older kids.
So, but
I was talking about the first wife.
But the last time we went was with you. Me, you, and Steph. It ended up being French maid night. Do you remember that?
Oh, yes.
This is the last time I went, because Steph said...
That's a great... delightfully tacky yet unrefined. I'm not getting paid for this, people. I love Hooters. There's a special spot in my soul for it.
It's the dark part?
No.
The unicorn.
It was like, okay, high school, after, like, weigh-in, okay, we would hightail it to Bay City, Michigan, and just mile through some wings at Hooters. And I mean, you know, I hear that they have attractive women as
well, the wings are
their
good.
serving staff, which is good. You know, whatever. So that's somebody's daughter.
That is somebody's daughter.
I don't even want to talk about that.
And
I don't want to talk about that right now, ever.
Works at Hooters.
It's all good.
I mean, they have to make money.
It's all good.
Just like everyone else.
I want
have to
hot
make
pants
money.
and pretty decent wings. Look, I prefer B-dubs, though, to be honest with you. If we're talking about quality of
Like,
wing.
if you had to go to a wing place, where would it be B-dubs?
Like, right now, off the top of my head, yeah.
Anywhere, like, yeah, at the top of your head.
But that's the thing, though, is there's some niche place somewhere.
Like, in a
like,
corner
hole-in-the-wall
yeah.
dive place that I have been to.
And you just, like, praise the wings forever.
Right.
There was a place back in Quantico when I was in Fredericksburg.
Andrew, where do you work now?
Electronic retail place.
Okay. And then what do you want to do?
I don't know. Don't know what I want to do when I grow up yet. Still trying to figure it out. I just know, like, today we were talking about it. I know that is, I have to do something to give back to the veteran community. So I know that if I can do one thing, is if at least I can help one person not go through the shit that I went through, then just, again, it's heading towards that road of helping veterans. Just like you had on the other video, veterans helping veterans is the only thing that's going to get us through this. There's no, other person that didn't go through what we went through, or, I can see that help from there, but to actually pull ourselves out of what we're at, the situation that we're at with everything that's going on, those big numbers, big scary statistics about everything. And it's just one of those things that we need veterans to start helping each other. And I just feel like that's my calling right now. No matter where it ends up, at least if I can help, like I said, if I can help one person, I'll be happy. That's where I'm heading. Like, kind of one of those things I've been thinking about for a long time. And good thing is I was thinking about doing a podcast or something like that too, so that, I don't know what I'm going to do. I just know I got some friends down in South Carolina that know how to do podcasting. Been talking to them for a while about doing it, to do something to help out. I mean, like just now, tonight, if I can help one person, I'm fine with it.
Cigars and Sea Stories is proud to support and sling Counter-Strike Coffee. Counter-Strike Coffee, I want you to know, is meant to be drink black. Now, I myself love coffee. I'm a big coffee drinker. I went away from black coffee for a little while. Needed the cream and sugar when I was rocking it with the generic blend. Counter-Strike Coffee brought me back into the fold in a huge, huge way. They do a great dark roast. I'm a big fan of napalm. That's my fave. Smooth operator is good, though. It can go with cakes and pies, and I got a bit of a sweet tooth. I know a couple of us do, And then also Firewatch. I mean, Firewatch, that's going to be the kick in the ass that you need in order to get your day going the right way. You know what I'm saying? If you haven't already done so, check out CounterStrikeCoffee.com. Use promo code CIGARSANDSEA. You will get 10% off. Again, that's CounterStrikeCoffee.com. Use promo code CIGARSANDSEA to get yourself 10% off.
So what can you do for hours on end that costs you no energy and kind of revitalizes you. You know what I mean?
Don't know if I have a 100% thing like that right now. I'm still kind of
like sitting down behind a rifle and just squeezing around.
Well, that takes somewhat energy. I thought you were talking just sitting down. I don't know what.
Well, I'm talking about that mental, like where you don't have to sit there and go, well, I gotta do this now. You know what I'm talking about? I'm not talking about how it's easy. I'm talking about something that's challenging, but you're like driven to continue and do it. That's what I'm asking. What's that look like for you?
I mean, it's just I'm not 100% understand your question. What I want to do, like, to make myself better, or like
No, just in your personal time. What do you have unlimited energy for, or like what can you do where even if it takes energy, like
no, I mean I would absolutely go to the range.
That.
I go. It's either if there are outlets or no energy and something I want to do, it's either going to be working out to get the frustration out or shooting. Shooting's like one of the calming like things. It may not be for other people, but it's super calming, and working out takes a lot of energy. But I know you said nothing that takes energy, but it gets my mind off of stuff. It pushes me to be a better person. Like, I don't know if I answered the question or not. I'm not 100%. Like,
it's a probing question. I mean, the goal is inevitably to try and get the person to talk about what they're naturally inclined to do. Because so many people go about their lives going against the grain of who they are. They're so oblivious to the fact that they are a person with preferences that they will try to fit themselves into everybody else's mold for them, rather than take a second and look inward and say, you know what, I naturally just sit there and do this one thing for hours. I wonder how I could put that into a career. I wonder, not a career, but like into a pathway. I wonder how I could make that into this next evolution of my life. Where fuck going against grain. Fuck swimming against the current. Why would you do that? Why wouldn't you just go with an outlet that just has all of that potential that you have stored up? I mean, there's something to be said about that, definitely. And I don't think enough people realize how important that is. Because you're not going to harness anybody's creative capacity by putting them in a job that they hate. That's just how it is. And I don't know what stick America got up its ass middle of the previous century where you must be a robot and slave through, like, pressing something in a factory for 16 hours a day for your entire life, and that is the American dream. Like, I'm sorry, that's horrifying to most people at this point. We can look at it as, oh, well, there's still that need. Well, there is, but we can automate that now. It's not the same. It is definitely not the same. We can automate most things at this point. So we have a lot more room for that creative potential. I'm just going to go and do it myself. Like, no. And this is coming from a person that went to college twice and really, I should not be able to get A's by drinking wine and watching fucking Frasier. Like, that should not happen.
That's a studying mechanism.
It works. It's very effective, actually. What? I'm just saying. But, going back, anyways. Sorry, a little rant.
No, it's fine. That's fine. I mean, I do, but I mean, some people, the problem is a lot of people, sorry, it doesn't work for everybody like that, though. It's like, you can do that and be fine. Like, I'm like, it's 100%, but some people just can't do that. Like, some people have to do this kind of stuff. It's like, what I'm trying to say is not what's going to work for you is going to work for everybody else.
I'm saying, look, there is an algorithm. There is a process for any person to get out of the situation they are in and into a better situation. There is. It's a matter of doing it or not. I'm telling you, you can live the life you want to live. It's a matter.
I mean, you're just going off on like 100%. Anybody can change the situation. It's people that give excuses. It's people that allow themselves to go ahead and say everything's okay. They can make excuses for anything, and they're never going to change that unless they actually step forward and see what needs to happen. And that's what a lot of veterans get stuck in. It sucks.
Yeah, man.
Like, it sucks. Like, you think, and everybody thinks the grass is greener on the other side, like, and in the Marine Corps, but you got to think how much structure you have, how much that you know, it's kind of one of the things, you got an easy life.
I
People
never
tell
had
us-
more time off than when I was in the Marine
and
Corps.
yeah, 72s here and there, but it's like when somebody tells you to do something, you do it. You don't have to think for yourself. You get to be free until you get up higher, like until you get higher ranking. But still, it's just one of those things. You know, I'm not warning people to stay in at all. I'm not asking people to stay in for years and years and years. But I'm, you know, it's one of those things that it's just like when you get out, you don't yearn that certain branch anymore. You yearn the brotherhood that you earn, and that what, you know, these guys are trying to build is to help you guys. That, you know, if anybody has any trouble, to contact us. Like, you know, I'll give Mike any of my information or anything like that. That, you know, contact me or email me. But it's just one of those things that you just don't give up. You wake up every day. That's a fight. Like, just to actually want to wake up, like want to open your eyes and, you know, step into that next day. That's the fight every morning, is to wake up and just, that's it. You win waking up. You allowing yourself to move on to the next day. Like, you push yourself one more day. If it's like, for me, it's for my family. Like, I push forward every single day for my family. Just find that one thing that you know and you love or you care about or you're striving for, and find it and fight for it and wake up every day. You know, that's where we're going from. And the problem is just getting out. It's just no one knows this kind of stuff. No one, you know, what, like if you did 4 years and if you did 18, 19, 20, 21, I would have got at 21, 22 if I'd only done 4 years. And what does a 21 or 22-year-old do after even one deployment, after even just being in the Marine Corps for 4 years? They've already set these high expectations. They're you know, I've done this, you know, and that's a dangerous area. It's when those veterans start getting like, I did this, everyone owes me something. That's not the case. It's when you get out, you feel so accomplished for everything you've done. It is a hard fight every single way, from boot camp, SOI, training up for deployments, everything. It's a hard travel. And when you get to the end of that road and you step your shoes into the civilian world and see how fucked up this world is, you're just like, what did I do? Why did I suffer? Like, why did I allow myself to suffer so much for this? For people that you know, I'm not saying, it's just that the small percentage of the people that do care or do these bad things and stuff like that, and that we see, and we're just like, I don't understand. What am I doing? Like, what am I doing? What did I do? Why did I do it? And who did I do it for? Like, and you see these little fucktards and stuff like that. And the bad thing is like, even that small percentage has such a big voice, though.
Yeah.
It overshadows the big percentage.
Right.
Those few people that actually genuinely care and say, thank you for your service. And it's not just something they feel obligated to say.
Right.
And if we can help these guys, especially the younger guys and even older guys, anybody that we can help, that'd be great. But these guys like transitioning out of the Marine Corps, they need that. Like, there's not that much support there. I mean, there is. I mean, that's the problem, as there is a lot of resources. But these are resources that I feel a lot of times the veteran themselves has to reach out for, and a lot of them won't.
Yeah.
How bullheaded and how stubborn are we? We got this. We're pushing forward. There's a mission to complete, and we just push forward. And we don't ask for help. We do it the way we're supposed to do it, and the way we were trained to do it. So that's one of the things. If we can outreach and tell them, just come find us, and we'll do whatever we can to help you out. Get you hooked up with as much people as we can. Hopefully I can, you know, get integrated and help out. And we do have the Upstate Warrior Solution in South Carolina, where I'm from, and they're doing a lot of good things. They help a lot of guys, push the paperwork through, and get them hooked up in the military veteran community and stuff like that down in South Carolina. It works really well. It's just like those small companies that are helping out veterans just means a lot. Sorry, I think I went off on my little rant.
No, that's cool. That's fantastic, because we got to wrap things up here. But we thank you very much, Andrew Lewis, for joining us on Cigars and Sea Stories. We look forward to having you back soon. And we love sharing sea stories with you guys. If you want to come on here and be our guest, share sea stories with us, hit us up. Hit up the contact page on cigarsandseastories.com/contact. Excuse me. Again, that's cigarsandseastories.com, and then click on contact. We want to have you guys on the show. Share sea stories with us. If you're a Marine or FMF Corpsman, come on. This is what we want to do. Let's hang out. Collaborate.
Fist pumping's happening right now.
Fist pumping. We got to get Joey on here. He can fucking fist pump all goddamn night.
Oh, yeah.
Joey, I love you.
Audience, if you see how many times I fist pump and you just couldn't see it, I just want you to know it happens.
There it is.
Fist pump. Dude,
so good having you on.
All right. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Yes, absolutely.
I'll kill you.
Hey, folks, click subscribe. Go to iTunes, Stitcher, Player FM. Click subscribe. Give us a rating. Give us a review. Hit us up. We want to get on New and Noteworthy. Leave a comment. Tell us how we can do better. So that way we can do better. Anyhow.
It does work.
Thanks for listening. You guys are awesome.